Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the beautiful Lucy. What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So we got a gig log today. It's a rare day. I don't do many of these. I've never done an official gig log, like where I talked about equipment and all that stuff. I just kind of vlogged back in the day and did all kinds of different vlogs. You can check those out on my channel. But this is my first official gig log, quote unquote. So needless to say, I'm pretty excited about this, people. I got a ton of footage and I'm basically gonna narrate you through it. So let me paint the picture. So picture it, it's September 17th, Friday night, and me and Santi are heading over the bridge into Philadelphia for this wedding. It's at the Lucy. It's a Chescovay venue, and it's located right on Broad Street. If you're not from Philadelphia, Broad Street is like the main drag that goes from South Philly all the way to City Hall. It's basically like where the parades are if we ever win a championship once every 10,000 years, you know? But anyway, Lucy's a really nice place, and so are all like the Chescovay venues. They're one of like the few groups in Philly that like every venue is bomb. You can't mess with them, no joke. And I actually like the Lucy a lot because for a Philly venue, it probably has the easiest load in of all time. You literally go right in the side door, right from the street, and you go right to that little stage you're gonna be sitting on. The hardest part, I guess, is you have to bring stuff up like a 3-foot little, you know, stage or whatever. There's a couple steps on the side, but ain't no big deal for me and Santi because, you know, got these guns. Now, I did have to pay $50 to park on this day, but let's not get negative, okay? Let's focus on the positive. For this wedding, the ceremony was on location and it was actually held inside the ballroom, like where the reception is going to be held. But thank God, shouts to Chescovay, you know, the whole group in the Lucy there, they actually put up a big pipe and drape, you know, like to kind of cover the stage. And I was able to kind of set up behind the pipe and drape so no one saw me there. I did the ceremony from my main setup and I didn't have to set up during cocktail hour. Shouts to them for that. Now, one thing that was tricky with the stage was there was only one way in, one way out with steps. It was pretty high up where not too many people were gonna jump up there, right? So most people were gonna use the steps. And the steps were on the right side of the stage if you were facing the stage. And I wanted to spread out my speakers, obviously, one on each side, so there was no choice. I had to run wires right across where like the steps are. And I got this pretty bright idea on how to prevent any insurance claims. So here's a bright idea I had. Using different colored gaffer tape, right, to kind of like show where there's a danger zone. This is like a danger zone. You could trip here, you know? It's dangerous, you could trip here. So we put a little yellow, put a little black, you could tell it's a danger zone, and we're less likely to have an insurance claim. But anyway, let's talk about what gear I use. So first of all, I did dual 8004 RCF subs, one on each side. They're 18-inch subs and they bump. And I paired them beautifully with two HDM 45A tops. I didn't have any lighting or anything, it was just sound, so it was pretty basic, but I'm gonna turn you over to, at the actual event, Nick Spinelli, to explain the rest of our production. All right, so I never did this before, so I figured I'd do it for you guys for this vlog. I'm not gonna do this every gig vlog, so either you caught it or you didn't. This is my 16 space rack. This is the brains of the operation. This is what I bring with me to every single event. Basically, it's got my mics. I have a dual SLXD receiver here. We have it's running through a UA844 SWB distro. This not only distributes, like it combines the antennas and it combines the power for these mics, but it also amplifies the signal. So you never have a dropout ever. Highly recommend running your mics through a distro, no matter what kind of brand you have. If you do use Shure, I highly recommend the UA844. Then below here, I got my Furman power conditioner, right? Or that's what it's called, right? Power conditioner, whatever it is, the Furman. It tells me what the reading is. We're at 121 today. That's just damn beautiful. I'm very happy about that. And then below here, we got the RCF F10 XR mixer. Everything runs through that. I've done entire videos on how you should always use an external mixer. I'll link it up top if you haven't seen it. Very, very important, major key. This is on a drawer so we can bring it out if we want to. And then another cool thing is, we got a trap drawer, we call it. This is where I keep my mics. So I got like a foam here so I can keep each mic in here. Batteries for the mics, and other miscellaneous shit. And on top of that, getting back to the mixer, everything's ran through the back, so everything has its own port essentially. So I set up a whole hub. I got a port for the auxiliary, right? If we have like a musician or something plugging into us, I got ports for the videographer, and then I obviously have the ports where I can plug in my speakers and plug in my S9 mixer, my furniture. So it's nice and easy. Plug and play. I don't have to run anything direct to this mixer, and it keeps everything, you know, more fresh. You can replace the ports, but you can't replace the ports on the actual mixer. You know what I'm talking about? So the last piece of equipment I want to talk to you guys about is my furniture. It's a hoverboard. It's custom made from Germany, and you can see here it's like all wood, white, you know. So it's not like, you know, I'm a fan of the wood. It's like it feels like a real furniture piece, you know. Like there's a reason why Amish people make all their furniture out of wood, you know? There's like a reason for it, I feel like, you know? It's just better quality. This has held up for me for a couple of years. I love this thing. Inside the furniture, I got 2 turntables and an S9. The turntables are Reloop 7000 MK1s. I'm using the new Ortofon vinyl needles on this bad boy. And of course, we're running Serato and Beat Source. All right, so now we geeked out, we're gonna get into some footage, people. I'm gonna show you my intros, I'm gonna show you all types of footage from the dance set and everything, but we'll start with the intros because that's basically how we started the night, of course, just like any wedding. So with introductions, I've been doing this thing, like I don't have really a set thing. I kind of just mess around, I kind of just go around and just yell things and that's it. Like there's no real structure here. I used to be super structured and I just got away from that. I kind of like just doing whatever's on top of my head. I stopped introducing myself. To me, it's just, why? No one gives a shit, right? I just get right to it. So you'll find that my introductions are super short, super sweet, and you know, we just get right to the point and get the party started. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the beautiful Lucy here in Philadelphia. How's everybody feeling? How is everybody feeling? East side over here, can we make some noise for Allie and Eric? Beautiful ceremony. How about our west side over here? Can we make some noise for our bride and groom? Friday night, I am so excited to get this thing started. Ladies and gentlemen, please focus your attention on our main entrance right over there as I announce the following people. First up, we got the parents of the bride, Mr. and Mrs. Gary and Karen Jones. And now, please put your hands together for their squad, the entire bridal party! Look at this entourage, ladies and gentlemen. So now that we got the entourage out here, if you can hear my voice, please rise out of your seats. And with as much noise you can make, please welcome the reason why we're all here, the new Mr. and Mrs. Von Stetina! Clap those hands, clap those hands! Can we really make some noise for these two? Don't they look amazing? Seriously! So family and friends, stay right where you're at. We're gonna make history right here, right now, in the center of the dance floor. This is gonna be the first official dance as husband and wife. And the song of choice is Aquaman. So introduction is done. We're doing the first dance, and the game plan was to have all the guests. Oh, shit. Hello?
There's a big package by your back door.
Sorry about that. I literally had uplights delivered and it's pouring rain. Anyway, I forget what I was saying. Oh, the game plan. So this was the game plan. So we did the first dance, and the game plan was to have all the guests join them on the dance floor halfway through the first dance, and then we went right into a dance set after that. If you're not from around here, from where I'm from, like in the northeast of the United States, we always do dance sets early. It's just how our timeline works. So we typically do first dance, right into a dance set, or at least like first dance, parent dances, toast, right into a dance set. Then we sit them down for dinner. Sometimes we do a second dance set if there's like a lot of courses, right? So it might be like dance set, first, second course, another dance set, then dinner, you know, but we always dance them early. I think it's the best way. You pump them up, they burn off the cocktail hour, you know, you get the blood flowing and all that. You just get people going, you know, it sets the bar. This is what the party's gonna be like, you know, so I highly recommend doing it if you have the means, if they're down to change the timeline like that. Family and friends, at the request of our bride and groom, I'd like to ask everyone to join them on the dance floor. Everybody join them on the dance floor. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the new Mr. and Mrs. Von Stetina. So ladies and gentlemen, like that's going to please make your way to your seats. We're going to be proceeding with our welcome in just about 30 seconds or so. All right, so the first set was a great time. I definitely played it safe. I was trying to just feel them out. It was only like a 20-minute set. So, I played some basic stuff, trying to mix it cool, see what they reacted to, see what they liked. I played mostly like not too old of stuff. I mean, obviously like the 90s and all that, but like not too old of stuff because it was such a young crowd. Got a good feel for them. We sit them down, we do welcome, toast, all that sort of thing up front there right after that first dance set. And then we got another dance set in right before dinner. Now here's my mindset for this second dance set. So we already did the first one. We already set the bar up there. We already let the people know what's about to go down tonight, right? Because I like to do that with the first set. I like to have a real solid first set and kind of let people know that, it's going to be a party. It's going to be fun, that sort of thing, kind of set the bar up there. Now with the second set, I can get away with a little more. And I had one song in particular on the couples list that they actually asked me to play early. It's an 8-minute Bruce Springsteen song called Rosalita. Now, you might not have heard of this. It's definitely popular like where I'm from because like Bruce is from New Jersey and all that. It's a great song, but it's more, I know it's regional. There's no way it works like everywhere else, right? So I played this song up front. I figured I'd start the dance set with that. Worst case, I kind of like didn't have everybody. I could slowly build it up a little bit and we're going right into dinner anyway. So I'm not super worried about this, but I thought it was a perfect time to knock this out, especially because I had a shorter dance set. I didn't want to do it after dinner because I knew after dinner it was going to be 45 minutes to an hour before like any type of break, if any. So, I didn't want to start it off with something that could not work as well. So I started off with this song and then I moved into some other stuff and it actually worked out pretty good. So ladies and gentlemen, your main entree is now being served. Hate to do this, like to ask everyone to please make your way to your seats and enjoy dinner. All right, so then I sat them down for dinner. We start dinner, and then the couple comes up to me with a little surprise.
So guys, look what I got. And they're cold, huh? And they're cold. They said over the quarantine, they used to watch me on Twitch on Tuesday nights crushing White Claws. So they figured they'd give me a box. That was their exact words, crushing White Claws. So for any of you guys that are, yo, you streaming on Twitch, is it that, my couples know, I have a good time on Tuesday nights, that's it, you know what I mean? So, I may or may not crack one open right now, since they're cold.
That made me happy. They were ice cold, so you bet your ass I cracked one right open. I poured it in a glass though, so it doesn't look like I'm drinking a White Claw publicly, all right? I just poured it in a glass, no big deal. They gave it to me cold on purpose, okay? They literally had the maitre d' keep it in a fridge, so obviously they wanted me to drink one, so of course, okay? I don't want to disrespect the couple, all right? The customer is always right. But anyway, so we do dinner, right? I'm mixing all through dinner, kind of keeping people vibing and whatnot. It's a big to-do at this place, dinner, like it's a whole thing. So, they're serving all their food and whatnot. Afterwards, they cut the cake privately. I kind of was bringing it up a little bit. Once they cut the cake and that was all done, I went in.
So they're cutting the cake over here privately. And then I'm just gonna go in. No, still. Let's get it now. All eyes on me. I'm with the party rock crew. All drinks are free.
Put them up, put them up! by Frank Sinatra. Thought it was an odd choice since we were in Philadelphia, but whatever, okay? Again, the customer is always right. Right afterwards, I was anticipating a one more song chant and I got it. The problem was I was kind of freaking out. I didn't know what to play because I kind of played everything. This was a literal 3-hour set. Like, I played so many songs. Let me actually check how many songs I played. All right, so what I did was I dragged the list over, right? So I dragged the list over here. You can see, I don't know if you guys can see, but it says like 917 right there. And if you see at the end, 202. 202, that's the count. So I played 202 songs at this wedding. 202. So yeah, I definitely played a lot of stuff, and I was anticipating the whole encore chant, and I didn't know what to play. I was scrambled at the end there. I was like, oh my God, if they make it, like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I was actually hoping they didn't do the chant, you know, but they ended up doing it anyway. So I played Apache. It's the best I had. Not the greatest encore song of all time, but it worked. You know, we did it for like a minute. They had a good time. I faded out one more time for our bride and groom, and we kept it pushing. Was my Friday night, people. This is my first gig log ever officially. I may do more in the future. It's not going to be an every week thing. It's going to be, you know, I'll cherry pick a couple weddings and, you know, vlog the whole thing. It's just a lot. I'm not used to the whole, you know, shooting them and all that stuff. So, you know, I'll do them as much as I can. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it and whatnot. Definitely share it with people and, you know, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you do enjoy it, if you're new here, I post a video every damn day. Ask anybody. So definitely subscribe, stick around. There's tons of useful stuff on here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.